Medyo maselan ang topic ko ngayon. And to be honest, pinag-isipan ko po ito ng maraming beses kung gagawan ko ng vlog. And I have decided na people deserve to know the truth. And I'm pretty sure na itong sasabihin ko ngayon, hindi nyo pa masyadong nagdidinig sa ibang videos. Pag-usapan natin ang tanong ng marami tungkol sa low carb and intermittent fasting. Kung mabisa daw ang low carb at intermittent fasting, bakit hindi ito ina-advise ng mainstream doctors? Real talk to kaya fasten your seatbelts. Let's dive in. Number 1, hindi ito tinuturo ng malalim sa medical school. Sa medical school, priority ang diagnosis at treatment using medications and procedure. Nutrition? Hindi. Usually, ilang oras lang ng lectures na madalas theoretical pa at hindi ganun kalalim pagdating sa metabolic health. Pero hindi ito kasalanan ng mga doctors. Ganito talaga ang structure ng medical education worldwide, even dito sa Pilipinas. So kung hindi nila ina-advise ang low carb at fasting, that is because hindi ito core subject sa training nila. Imaginin mo mag-aaral ka ng 10 years on average. Tapos, 20 to 25 hours on average lang ang para sa nutrition. Kaya huwag ka na magtaka kung hindi halos nila ginagamit ang nutrition as primary tool sa treatment. Number 2 reason is fear of liability. Doctors are trained to avoid recommendations that might, number 1, maging risky for some patients. Number 2, mag-cause ng side effects. Number 3, mag-demand ng malalim na monitoring. Ang fasting at saka low carb ay powerful intervention. Kapag i-advise ito ng doktor pero hindi naman nila napag-aralan at mali ang pag-a-apply ng patient, maaaring malagay sa peligro ang pasyente. And that is why most doctors play it safe. Mas safe sa kanila ang paggamit ng standard guidelines because yon ang legally protected and universally accepted. And then number 3 is time constraint sa consultation. Ito yung reality sa clinic A typical doctor has 5 to 10 minutes per patient. Alam ko na experience nyo yan. At dahil dito, hindi sapat yung time sa kanila para i-explain yung mechanism ng sakit, metabolic science, holistic healing, at kung ano pang dapat ipaliwanag. Alin ngayon na mas madali? Ito yung reseta, balikan next month. Bawal ito, bawal ito. Not because they are lazy, kundi dahil yung sistema, it forces speed, madalian. Lifestyle interventions, it requires time and doctors don't have that luxury. Wala silang ganun kadaming oras para dyan. Yung traditional food guidelines ay nakabase pa rin sa high-carb diets. Ang official guidelines worldwide from dietitians to medical association ay high-carb, low-fat model pa rin. That is why kapag ikaw ay na-stroke, may hypertension, sasabihin sa'yo, kain ka ng mga wheat bread, iwasan ng taba, iwasan ng mantika, and so forth and so on. Sa Pilipinas, ang ating nutritional guidelines ay nakabase sa Western model. Kaya same na same ang advice ng Amerika at saka ng Pilipinas. Yung ating food pyramid at saka yung pinggang Pinoy, outdated. So kahit gusto man ng doktor na turuan ka about low carb, it feels like going against the official recommendation. Remember, doctors are trained to follow the standard of care, hindi lumihis dito. Kaya kahit questionable to, mahirap para sa kanila. If they recommend something outside the guideline, they must have a deeper training, which most of them don't have sa nutrition. Kaya huwag kayong magtaka kung bakit maraming mga influencers, doctors, online and offline, ang iba-iba yung advice sa pagkain. At ang tanong doon, kung yung mga advice na yon ay nakapagdulot ba ng ginhawa sa katawan, na-reverse ba yung inyong illness, or puro gamot na lang. And number 5 is, low carb is against the food industry narrative. Ito yung nakakalungkot na realidad. Our entire food environment is built around cereals, bread, noodles, snacks, ultra-processed foods, sugary drinks, convenience foods. Wala na halos sustansya, wala nang nutrition na kailangan ng katawan for optimal function. Kaya kapag sinabi mo sa kanila na mostly ang kainin mo ay red meat, itlog, real butter at hindi margarine, coconut oil instead of canola oil, nagugulat sila lahat. At iisa ang reaction, what? Mamamatay ako ng maaga diyan. Ano kanalaman dito ng food industry? Ito yung mga industries na they spend billions on research, advertising, sponsorships, para i-promote. So yung mensahe na pinaparating sa mga schools, hospital, publiko, laging high carb. Tapos, exercise na lang daw at magbilang ng calories. At kapag hindi mo nagawa yun at nagkasakit ka, ikaw may sala dahil tamad ka daw. And, syempre, ang doctors are exposed to the same nutrition environment as everyone else. Ibig sabihin nun, tao din lang sila, exposed tayo, exposed sila. Naapektuhan tayo, naapektuhan din sila. Kaya kung hindi magiging mapanuri, nagiging passive acceptor na lang ang bawat isa at tanggapin na ito yung broken system. And then number 6 is fear of being labeled as outdated or extreme. Kapag sinabi ng doktor, stop sugar, stop rice, mag-try ka ng intermittent fasting. No, some patients, nag-overreact yan. Sasabihin, extreme naman yan, doc. Ayoko ng diet na ganyan. Hindi ko kaya. Mamamatay ako. OMG, rice is life. Hindi ko kaya talaga. Iniwasan ng doktor yung mga patients pushback. Ayaw nila ng mga ganong reaction. Kasi kung ayaw ng patient, negative agad ang consultation. So, ano nangyayari? Nag-i-stick na lang sila dun sa kung ano yung ina-accept ng tao, hindi dun sa most effective na pamamaraan. And number 7, ito, alam ko narinig nyo to. Most doctors see chronic disease as lahi at irreversible. Yun ang masakit. Maraming doctors ang trained sa mindset na ang sakit ay namamanage lang ang symptoms sa gamot at pagbabawal sa pagkain ng ganito o ganoon. Kapag wala nang maisagot, lahi na lang ang sasabihin. Pero hindi tinuturo sa kanila na reversible ito through metabolic healing. Low carb and intermittent fasting directly target the root cause of modern disease, and that is insulin resistance. Hindi ko sinasabing lahat ng sakit, ito yung solusyon. Pero, isa ito sa pinaka-powerful tool reversal ng chronic disease. Actually, nutrition ang una talaga. Pero dahil nga hindi ito karaniwan and it sounds radical or extreme pag ginagawa, their instinct is medication, not metabolic intervention. May isang doktor nga na nag-comment sa TikTok reel na ginawa ko na isa daw siyang former medical student, pero wala sa kahit anumang medical textbooks ang salitang insulin resistance. Pagpapatunay na outdated na ang curriculum sa treatment sa modern day disease sa medical school. Pero not all doctors are against low carb and intermittent fasting. To be fair, dumadami na ang doktor na nag-aaral ng nutrition, metabolic disease, metabolic science, at intermittent fasting as therapy on their own. Yan ang good news. Marami na ako nakikitang YouTuber na low-carb doctors and pag binasok nga yung comment, dami nilang napapagaling na pasyente holistically using the low-carb and intermittent fasting method. Nakakatuwa na may mga doctors na lumilihe sa standard protocol and nag-e-explore ng ibang kaalaman dahil nakikita nila na they keep advising the same thing. Bawal ang ganito, bawal ang ganon, do this and do that. And then, nung nakita nila na hindi nag-work at talaga ng mga pasyente ay lalong sa palala, so doon sila nag-explore ng bagong kaalaman at pagtanto nila na meron palang mas tamang paraan sa pagtitreat ng disease ng tao. Marami ding open-minded na doctors and quietly supportive. Pero syempre, kailangan pa rin nila mag-ingat sa practice na yon kasi hindi nga sila trained. So paalala lang po, hindi ito doctors versus low-carb and intermittent fasting. It's the system, the training, and the environment. That's the problem. Medical doctors treat diseases. Pero ngayong alam na natin may mga issue sa system that is beyond our control, wala tayong magagawa doon. Pero may pwede naman tayong gawin sa ating mga choices. Ano yon? Take accountability for your action and educate mo ang sarili mo para makagawa ka ng tamang decision sa health mo. Take note ha, hindi competition ng information ang pinag-uusapan dito sa health, kundi collaboration. Kung tutulong tayo sa tao to understand nutrition, metabolism, intermittent fasting, at iba pang mga healthy habits and holistic approach to health, edi we can fill the gap na hindi naaabot ng medical system. At dito papapasok ang ganitong educational videos. Kung nag-low carb ka, nag-fasting, at bumuti ang pakiramdam mo, that's not alternative medicine. That is biology. That is natural healing. Doctors aren't against it. Most of them are simply working inside a system na hindi pa updated. People like you, aware, curious, willing matuto, willing magbago, willing mag-entertain ng bagong kaalaman, are pushing the change. And you can inspire others kapag maganda ang resulta mo. Kaya kung gusto mo pang maintindihan ang metabolic healing, real talk sa health na updated, kung paano gumagana ang katawan sa low carb at fasting, at paano gawin ng tama at safe at sustainable, share mo tong video na to. Let's keep learning together. Let's stay intentional sa health. And let's build a future where people don't just manage disease. They reverse it. Ikaw, naniniwala ka ba sa sinabi ko? Or meron ka bang gustong idagdag sa mga na-mention ko? Feel free to comment down below and I would love to hear from you. And please subscribe to my humble channel. Thank you for watching. See you on my next videos. Bye-bye.